This is Corsair Mack with Mack's Empowerment Counseling, LLC. Today, I'm going to continue going over relationships by giving a brief overview about boundaries. So sit back, relax, take everything I say with a grain of salt, do your own research, and enjoy the video. So, last time we talked about healthy and effective communication. Communication definitely goes well with boundaries. In any relationship, it doesn't have to be a romantic one. Boundaries are there to not only keep you safe, but to make sure that you are not getting taken advantage of by the other person. So, setting boundaries in any relationship is important. There are different types of boundaries as well, right? There are physical boundaries, mental or intellectual boundaries, financial boundaries, emotional boundaries, spiritual boundaries, etc. With all those boundaries, a lot of people either get confused on where to begin or usually say, I don't really have boundaries. I'm generally okay with the relationship that I currently have, as well as how I'm being treated by the other person. Though, as you learn more about the person, there may be some things you find that you are uncomfortable with. Setting boundaries earlier on will make communicating that uncomfortableness easier. So, here is how I teach clients on how to set boundaries. So, first things first, you need to have different levels of boundaries. And generally, these levels you can do for anything, but here's how I explain it to clients. Level 1 boundaries is where you put everybody. Level 2 boundaries is where you put your friends. Level 3 boundaries is where you put your best friends. Level 4 boundaries are usually for romantic partners. Level 5 boundaries are for family, significant others, so on and so forth. So, level 1, just like I mentioned, you make boundaries for everybody, and I mean everybody. Right here is for every random person you meet on the sidewalk, every random person you see in the grocery store, right? Everyone you randomly say hi to, so on and so forth. So here you have really tight and strict boundaries. So for example, you don't give out money to these people. You don't offer them rides, right? You don't offer to hang out at their place by yourself, or you don't offer for them to come to your place and hang out, right? So those boundaries are there to make sure that you're safe and not getting taken advantage of because you don't know these people. So that makes sense. So how does a person move from a level 1 boundary to a level 2 boundary? Here is where you need to set expectations. And these expectations is what they need to do to move them to a level 2. So here is where, they have to talk to you at least once a week for the next 3 to 4 months, or they have to hang out with you at least once a week for the next 4 to 5 months. I'm making up numbers and things like that. It'll be different for you guys. But here is where you get to know them, right? And you're consistently getting to know them. It's not like you're hanging out for 1 week and then they ghost you for 2 or 3 weeks and you start hanging out again, right? You're consistently getting to know them and you're getting more comfortable and familiar with them. And then boom, you move down to level 2. So level 2 is where your boundaries start to get a little bit more relaxed. And this is where you put your friends and things like that. So you're comfortable loaning them $5 to $10. You're comfortable giving them a ride for 5 to 10 miles, right? You're probably comfortable either going over to their house or they're going over to your house and you guys are hanging out by yourselves, right? And let's say someone abuses that. Then what do? You move them back to level 1, right? So let's say you loan them $10 and they haven't paid you back or they ghost you. All right, that's fine. Move them back to level 1. Keep them at level 1 until they prove themselves to be put down to level 2. A lot of cases, they don't, right? And they stay at level 1. And that's 100% okay. So you keep them at level 1, you just focus on other people. Though, if they prove themselves, whether you set stricter expectations on them or so on and so forth that they meet, then okay, if you feel comfortable moving them down to level 2, go ahead and move them down to level 2. All right, so now we talked about level 2, now we get into, level 3, which is best friends, right? And then, of course, those boundaries get a little bit more relaxed, so you're willing to loan them more money, you're willing to let them borrow things from you, right? You're willing to drive them further places, right? So on and so forth, right? And then you continue that for level 4, And then also with family, you have different boundaries for them. And I recognize that all family members might not be in the same level of boundaries, right? You might have some at level 1, you might have some at level 4, you might have some at level 6, right? So on and so forth. It depends on your relationship with that family member. So, with that being said, and again, remember, relationship is a give and take. No one is supposed to be higher or lower than anyone else in a healthy relationship because you're getting what you want and need from them, and they're getting what they want and need from you. All right, so with that being said, I'll stop there. Like I said, it's a brief overview. And if you guys like that, please leave a like or comment to let me know what you guys think. And I can go over a more in-depth explanation of boundaries and even go into healthy versus unhealthy boundaries. All right, if you're also interested in learning more, feel free to check out my other videos on YouTube, or feel free to go to my website, mackec.com, and check out my blogs that are right there. Or if you're in Illinois and you're interested in scheduling an appointment, feel free to reach out to me via my website as well. So thank you guys very much. This is Courser Mack from Mack's Empowerment Counseling signing out, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.